Dear Ink 101 students, welcome to today's lesson. Today we're going to cover Unit 2, Lesson 4, Study and Writing Skills. By the end of the lesson, students will have discussed learning styles and identified their own, found out about the use of a reflective blog, read for specific information and inferred them. B. Talk to the person next to you. Or C. Tap your foot or move around in some other way. Now, count your total A's and B's and C's. We have 3 different learning styles. If you scored mostly A's, you may have a visual learning style. You learn by seeing and looking. Visual learners. Visual learners take numerous detailed notes and tend to sit in front, and usually they are neat and clean. These learners like to see what they learn and prefer stimuli to be isolated from auditory and kinesthetic distraction. They often close their eyes to visualize or remember something. Also, they benefit from illustrations and presentations that use color. When they are bored, they find something to watch and find a passive surroundings are ideal. If you scored mostly B's, you may have an auditory learning style. You learn by hearing and listening. Auditory learners tend to sit where they can hear but needn't pay attention to what is happening in front. They hum or talk to themselves or others when bored. If you are an auditory learner, you may not coordinate colors or clothes, but can explain what you are wearing and why. They can acquire knowledge by reading aloud and remember by verbalizing lessons to themselves. If they don't, they have difficulty in reading maps or diagrams or handling conceptual assignments like mathematics. The last learning style is, if you had mostly C, you may have a kinesthetic learning style. You learn by touching and doing. Kinesthetic learners need to be active and take frequent breaks. They speak with their hands and with gestures. They always remember what was done, but have difficulty in recalling what was said or seen. They rely on what they can directly experience or perform and usually find reasons, tinker or move when bored. Activities such as cooking, construction, engineering, and art help them perceive and learn. So they enjoy field trip and tasks that involve manipulating materials. Kinesthetic learners prefer sitting near the door or someplace else where they can easily get up and move around. And they are uncomfortable in classrooms where they lack opportunities for hands-on experience. They usually communicate by touching and appreciate physically expressed encouragement, such as a pat on the back. Now you know which learning style suits you the most. Since you know that, can you think of things you would do to help learn better? What makes you learn better? What things can you do to improve your learning style? Take 1 minute to think about this question. Let's move to the second objective. What is a blog? What does the adjective reflective mean? A reflective blog it is a good idea when you are studying English to write a reflective blog. Writing gives you some time to think and helps you organize your thoughts, feelings, and ideas. It also helps you to track your progress and development. In other words, writing can help you become a better thinker and learner. When you are studying English, it's helpful to write a reflective blog. It's a way to practice writing as it gives you ideas to organize your thoughts and feelings. And when you read it again, it shows you how your writing and language have progressed as a learner. Okay. Let's read this reflective blog below. It's all me. Hello, I'm Sandy and I'm at McGill University in Montreal, Canada. At the moment, as part of my program, I'm studying in Paris, France since February. Wednesday, April 3rd. There was a trip to the Louvre again today. I fell in love with this museum. The paintings there are amazing, and the structures of the museum are a great mixture between modern and old. I realized that seeing painting in real is different than on internet or in books. The size and details just take your breath away and you stand in admiration. It's like they are alive. Afterwards, I studied with a friend for the exams that are starting next week on history and culture. Tuesday, April 2nd. I really like the way the city looks like at night. No wonder it's called the City of Lights. As soon as the sun sets down, Paris comes alive with lights, especially the Champs-Élysées street, which makes a walk all through it beautiful and romantic. The street is full of restaurants, cafes, and shops for everyone. When I first arrived, I was mesmerized with the scene and still have the same feeling every time the lights go on. To think of it, it kind of adds up for Paris being the most visited destination in Europe. Saturday, March 29th. Right now, I'm painting for my modern art class. I never thought I would like painting. At first, I did it as a dare, then the smell of paints bothered me a lot. Not to mention the stains until I spent more time in this class. I started to like it and I discovered I'm almost good at painting. I even made few pieces that caught the eye of my instructor. After reading the reflective blog, I want you to answer these questions. Question number 1, when did Sandy come to France? 2, what did Sandy do on Wednesday? 3, what can you see at night in Paris? You have 3 minutes only to do this question. It's time to read the answers together. The answer for the first question is in February. The answer for the second question is a trip to the Louvre and then she studied with a friend. Question number 3, lights everywhere. All right. Now, what do you write about in a reflective blog? I think that you can guess from the previous reading. In a reflective blog, you can write about things you do, things you see or hear, things you like or don't like, things you are thinking about, difficulties, problems, or concerns, things that change in your life. Can you find some of the previous things in Sandy's blog? Write down your notes in a paper. Then we're going to discuss the answers together. You have 2 minutes to do this activity. The listed below are the possible answers. Things you do: trip to the Louvre and a walk all through the Champs-Élysées street is very beautiful and romantic. Things you see or hear: paintings and lights of Paris. Things you like or don't like: painting. Things you are thinking about: difficulties, problems, or concerns: skills in painting. Things that change in your life: visiting art museums and studying painting. Let's move to the next objective, linkers. Look at the linking words: until, at first, then, at the moment, and afterwards, and the blog, and study them. Then choose the best word to complete these sentences. So we have some sentences with 2 options each. Okay, so I want you just to circle the correct answer. Like for the first one, either at first or until, I was sad and didn't know what to do. At the moment, or then, I figured out a solution. So I just want you to circle the correct answer. I'm going to read it with you, then I will give you some time to do this activity. I'm having a great time at first or at the moment. At first or at the moment, I couldn't kick a curveball, but until or then, the coach showed me how to do it. I had a very long meeting today. I felt exhausted afterwards or at first and taken up. 5. I didn't use a calculator at first or then, but then or at the moment I realized that it was better than counting in my head. The last one, I was having fun until or afterwards my older brother came. Now you have 3 minutes to do this activity. Now, check your answers. Now it's your turn. I want you to write your own reflective blog. Use the plan below to help you write your blog. 1. Start by writing about an experience you had, like today, yesterday, during, while. Then, write about what you have learned from the experience. We start with, this taught me that, I also learned that. What did you learn? 3. After some time, a couple of days or weeks, reflect on, evaluate what you wrote. So after you write this, then after a week you come back to what you wrote already. Then you have to check your progress maybe. Did your writing skills improve? Did your English improve? So You have like 5 minutes to write your personal reflective blog. Whenever you're done with your own blog, go back to the self-assessment sheet and check whatever is covered. Like, I write an introduction about an experience. I provide things I learned from the experience. I provide things to do in the experience. I use linkers. I used the appropriate punctuation marks and the right capitalization. I revised my paragraph. I reflected on my writing. If you covered all the points, then you're on the safe side. That's it for today. Thank you for listening and see you soon.